In the ever-shifting skies of modern aerial warfare, a silent revolution is underway. Nations are not just building more jets, they're rethinking them. One aircraft that has captured global attention for its affordability, adaptability, and combat performance is Pakistan's JF-17 Thunder. Born out of necessity and ambition, the JF-17 project has proven itself in the harshest real-world theaters. But now, with the JF-17 Block 3 entering full-scale production, the question echoes louder than ever. What comes next? Can we expect a stealth version of the JF-17? Is the Thunder evolving into a ghost, undetectable, unpredictable, unstoppable? Today, we take you into the future of the JF-17 program. What is truly possible? What is merely hype? And what might the skies look like when the next version of this jet takes flight? Welcome to the definitive analysis of the JF-17's next chapter, stealth or speculation. The story of the JF-17 begins with an urgent need for self-reliance. After facing embargoes and restrictions on advanced combat aircraft, Pakistan partnered with China in the late 1990s to co-develop a lightweight, multi-role fighter. The result was the FC-1 Xiaolong, or JF-17 Thunder, as it would be known in Pakistan. Block 1, rolled out in 2007, was a basic multi-role platform. It could carry beyond visual range missiles, bombs, and had reasonable agility. It was affordable, simple to maintain, and served its intended role well. Block 2, introduced in 2015, added improved avionics, aerial refueling capability, and better electronic warfare systems. But the real leap came with Block 3, first unveiled in 2019 and now entering service. JF-17 Block 3 brought in China's KLJ-7A AESA radar, a new wide-angle holographic HUD, integrated targeting pod compatibility, and a full-glass cockpit. It also featured upgraded weapons systems, including the Chinese PL-10 and PL-15 missiles, providing near-peer capabilities in the BVR and WVR combat spectrum. But even with these advances, the JF-17 remains, fundamentally, a fourth-generation fighter. And in today's battle space, that means vulnerability, especially against fifth-generation stealth platforms, sensor fusion technologies, and network-centric warfare. Which brings us to the central question. Can the JF-17 evolve beyond Block 3 into something more, into something stealthy? Before we discuss the JF-17's potential future, we need to understand what stealth means in a military context. Stealth isn't a single technology, it's an entire doctrine. It's about reducing radar cross-section, managing infrared signatures, suppressing electronic emissions, and shaping airframes to reflect or absorb enemy radar. True stealth aircraft like the F-22 Raptor or the Chinese J-20 are designed from the ground up with these principles in mind. This involves internal weapons bays to avoid external radar-reflective stores, S-shaped air intakes to hide turbine faces, radar-absorbent materials, and faceted shaping that bends radar waves away from receivers. Now ask yourself, can an existing fourth-gen aircraft like the JF-17, which was never designed with stealth in mind, be retrofitted to meet these stringent requirements? That is the real engineering and doctrinal challenge. Now, enter the mysterious Block 4. Also known in some circles as the JF-20 or the Pakistan Fighter Experimental, the PFX project, this iteration has generated massive speculation. Multiple sources from Pakistan's defense forums and Chinese aerospace leaks suggest that Block 4 is not just an upgrade. It's a transformation. Reports indicate that Block 4 may include diverter-less supersonic inlets, or DSI, which eliminate moving parts and reduce radar signature, radar-absorbent material coating the airframe, more advanced composite structures for lower radar reflectivity, upgraded electronic warfare and countermeasure systems, and most importantly, the potential integration of an internal weapons bay. These features, especially the internal bay, would significantly reduce the JF-17's radar cross-section. But here lies the dilemma. Retrofitting an internal bay into a single-engine airframe with limited fuselage volume is not trivial. It often demands a complete redesign of the fuselage and a shift in structural integrity. Moreover, stealth isn't binary. It's not about being invisible. It's about being harder to track, lock onto, and engage. Block 4, even with these enhancements, is still being described by most sources as a 4.5 generation aircraft, meaning it's stealth-enhanced, not stealth-based. One of the most important developments in any aircraft's evolution is propulsion. Currently, the JF-17 uses the Russian RD-93 engine, which has limitations in thrust, maintenance life, and IR signature. For Block 4 and beyond, reports suggest that China may offer the WS-13 or an upgraded WS-19 engine. This would provide greater thrust-to-weight ratio, better reliability, and crucially, potential improvements in thermal signature management, a key component of infrared stealth. The avionics suite is also expected to receive a major overhaul. The KLJ-7A ESA radar already introduced in Block 3 may be replaced by a higher bandwidth, electronically scanned radar system, with greater range and ECCM capabilities. A major focus will also be on sensor fusion. This means integrating the radar, IRST electronic support measures, and data link inputs into a single, unified picture for the pilot, an ability that defines fifth-generation combat systems. It's a step toward the future, but again, it's evolutionary, not revolutionary. Despite the optimism, not everyone is convinced that the JF-17 can or should try to become stealthy. A number of respected defense analysts argue that modifying a non-stealthy airframe for stealth operations offers diminishing returns. Reddit defense forums and regional experts have pointed out that unless the airframe is redesigned from the ground up, stealth will be partial at best. They argue that the weight, complexity, and cost of integrating internal bays and LO shaping could eliminate the very advantage that the JF-17 was designed for: low cost and easy maintenance. Moreover, they warn that adding stealth features increases the development burden for Pakistan Aeronautical Complex and AVIC, China's aerospace partner, potentially delaying the program or reducing its production feasibility. And these are valid concerns, because stealth isn't cheap. Even the Chinese FC-31 stealth fighter, meant as a low-cost alternative to the J-20, has faced delays, redesigns, and rising costs. So, what lies beyond Block 4? Here, we step into speculative but educated territory. Some online sources and leaked concept art suggest a possible Block 5 or JF-20 with radical redesigns, canted tails, hidden engine nozzles, fully flush weapons storage, and digital fly-by-wire with AI assistance. But at that point, we're not talking about a JF-17 anymore. We're talking about a completely new aircraft that shares only lineage with the Thunder. Generation light stealth fighter under a new designation altogether. The experience gained from the JF-17 program would certainly inform such a project, but it would be a new design, possibly closer in philosophy to the FC-31 or Turkey's Khan stealth project. In essence, the future of stealth in Pakistan's Air Force may not lie in evolving the JF-17, but in building something completely new. So, can the JF-17 become a stealth fighter? The answer is nuanced. Block 4 will almost certainly incorporate stealth-influenced features: radar reduction, DSI, RAM coatings, and maybe even an internal bay. But it will not be a full stealth aircraft by fifth-generation standards. That would require redesigning the entire airframe. What we're seeing instead is the JF-17's strategic evolution into a smarter, harder-hitting, and harder-to-see platform, while remaining cost-effective and maintainable. It's a calculated evolution, not a reckless revolution. For Pakistan and many other air forces, that might be exactly what they need: a fighter that balances modern capability with affordability and logistical simplicity. As for full stealth, that's coming too, just not under the name JF-17. And when that happens, it won't be thunder you hear. It'll be silent. Subscribe for more deep defense analysis and stay sharp. The future of air combat is unfolding right above us.